Hello, guys! Мы продолжаем заниматься грамматикой английского языка. Проверяю работу трансляции. Угу. Все окей, все работает. Звук. Окей, мы остановились на втором задании. Exercise 21, точнее, it plus infinitive. Окей. Is riding a motorcycle easy? Так, преобразуем, используя it plus an infinitive. Is it easy to ride a motorcycle? Is it easy to ride a motorcycle? 7. Having a cold isn't much fun. Is it? У нас это не вопросительное предложение, поэтому у нас будет it isn't much fun to have a cold. Isn't much fun to have a cold. Learning a second language takes a long time. Learning a second language takes a long time. It takes a long time to learn a second language. It takes a long time to learn a second language. Cooking a soft-boiled egg takes 3 minutes. Cooking a soft-boiled egg takes 3 minutes. It takes 3 minutes to cook a soft-boiled egg. It takes 3 minutes to cook a soft-boiled egg. Okay, number 22, gerunds as subjects, it plus infinitive. Work in pairs. Ask the given question. Your book is open. Speaker B, answer the question. Begin with it's and use an infinitive. Your book is closed. Speaker A, respond by saying I agree, followed by a gerund subject. Or, if you wish, say I don't agree. I think that, followed by a gerund subject. Okay. Example, speaker A, book open. Which is easier, to make money or to spend money? Speaker B, it's easier to spend money than it is to make money. Or it's easier to spend money than to make money. I agree, spending money is easier than making money. Or I don't agree, I think that making money is easier than spending money. Okay. Which is more fun, to study at the library or to go to a movie? Okay. I think it's more fun to go to a movie? Which is more difficult, to write English or to read English? It's more difficult to write English. I think it's more difficult to write English. Or for me. Or to me, it's more difficult to write English. Which is easier, to write English or to speak English? I think it's easier to speak English. Which is more expensive, to go to a movie or to go to a concert? More expensive. Think it's more expensive to go to a concert. Which is more interesting, to talk to people or to watch people? I think sometimes it's more interesting to watch people. But in some cases, it's interesting to talk to people. It's more interesting to talk to people. Okay, switch roles. So let's talk to Luna. Artificial intelligence. What does she think? Which is more comfortable, to wear shoes or to go barefoot? Which is more comfortable? To wear shoes or to go barefoot? Another chat here. Okay, so which is more comfortable? To wear shoes or to go barefoot? Which is more comfortable? To wear shoes or to go barefoot? Or English, to go barefoot? Or to go barefoot?
I usually wear shoes because they protect my feet from sharp objects and germs, but sometimes I enjoy going barefoot, especially on warm days. It feels great to have my toes exposed to the sun and the breeze.
Okay, so do you agree with Luna? I agree. Going barefoot is sometimes more comfortable. Okay. The next question, which is more satisfying, to give gifts or to receive them? Which is more satisfying, to give gifts or to receive them? Okay. Which is more satisfying? Which is more satisfying, to give gifts or to receive them?
I think it's both satisfying to give and receive gifts. When you give a gift, you get to see the joy on the recipient's face and know that you made their day a little better. When you receive a gift, it's a reminder that you are loved and appreciated by the person who gave it to you.
Okay, so I agree that it is so that giving and receiving gifts are both satisfying. Okay. Which is more dangerous, to ride in a car or to ride in an airplane? To ride in a car or to ride in an airplane? More dangerous. Which is more dangerous, to ride in a car or to ride in an airplane? More dangerous. To ride in a car or to ride in an airplane?
That's a tough one. Both car and airplane rides have their risks, but statistically speaking, flying in an airplane is generally safer than driving in a car. Airplanes undergo rigorous safety checks and have highly trained pilots, while car accidents are unfortunately more common due to various factors like human error and road conditions. However, it's important to prioritize safety no matter what mode of transportation you choose.
Mode of transportation. Okay, so I can say that I agree. That statistically speaking, flying in an airplane is generally safer than driving in a car. Flying in an airplane is safer than driving in a car or riding in a car. Okay? Dangerous. Which is more dangerous? To ride in a car or to ride in an airplane? Which is more important, to come to class on time or to get an extra hour of sleep in the morning? Oh, which is more important, to come to class on time or to get an extra hour of sleep in the morning? Which is more important, to come to class on time or to get an extra hour of sleep in the morning? So which is more important, to get on time class? Second, get in class. Right? Which is more important, come to class on time or to get an extra hour of sleep in the morning? Question mark. Which is more important, come to class on time or to get an extra hour of sleep in the morning? It depends. Okay?
It depends on the person and their priorities. Some people prioritize their sleep and need that extra hour to feel rested and ready for the day, while others value punctuality and find that coming to class on time helps them stay focused and organized. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide what's best for them and their schedule.
Well, it depends on the person and their priorities. Some people prioritize their sleep. Okay. So, to you, which is more important? For you. for me personally?
For me personally, coming to class on time is more important. I find that being punctual helps me stay focused and motivated throughout the day, and I also value the structure and routine that comes with being on time. However, I also understand that everyone is different and some people may need that extra hour of sleep to function properly, so it really depends on the individual.
Okay. For me, it's also more important to come to class on time. Or for me, coming to class on time is more important as well. Okay. Which is better, to light one candle or to curse the darkness? Which is better, to light one candle or to curse the darkness? Curse, проклинать. Curse the darkness. Okay, this one's a strange question. So which is better, to light one candle or to curse the darkness? Which is better, to light one candle or to curse the darkness? Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Which is better, to light one candle or to curse the darkness?
I think that both of these phrases have their own merits. Lighting one candle implies that even small actions can make a positive impact on the world, while cursing the darkness suggests that we shouldn't ignore the problems facing society and should instead speak out against them. Ultimately, I think that both mindsets can be useful in different situations, and it's up to each individual to decide which approach they prefer.
Okay. И здесь нам объясняют, что такое lighting one candle. Implies that even small actions can make a positive impact on the world. То есть имеется в виду, заключает в себе, что даже маленькие действия, even small actions, могут как-то позитивно повоздействовать, can make a positive impact on the world, на мир. While cursing the darkness suggests that we shouldn't ignore the problems facing society, should instead speak out against them. То есть проклинание темноты, это имеется в виду, означает, что мы, предлагается здесь, что мы не должны игнорировать проблемы, с которыми сталкивается общество, и должны как бы высказываться против них. Speak out against them. Okay, so both phrases have their own merits. But which one is more important? Which is better? I think that lighting one candle is better than cursing the darkness. It plus infinitive using for someone. You should study hard. It's important for you to study hard. Mary should study hard. It is important for Mary to study hard. We don't have to go to the meeting. It isn't necessary for us to go to the meeting. The dog can't talk. It is impossible for a dog to talk. Okay? For это означает для кого-то, для чего-то. It's important for you, важно для тебя, to study hard. Учиться усиленно. Mary should study hard. It's important for Mary to study hard. Важно это уже для Mary. It isn't necessary for us. То есть это для нас не нужен нам. To go to the meeting. На собрание. Не обязательно. It's impossible for a dog to talk. Невозможно для собаки. Собаки это невозможно. Собаке говорить. For a dog to. It is. Вот такую мы используем структуру. We use this pattern. It is plus adjective plus for someone plus infinitive phrase. Okay. Number 23, using for someone. Use the given information to complete each sentence. Use for someone and an infinitive phrase in each completion. Students should do their homework. It's important for students to do their homework. Teachers should speak clearly. It's important for teachers to speak clearly. We don't have to hurry. There's plenty of time, a lot of time, plenty of time. It isn't necessary for us to just to hurry. It isn't necessary for us to hurry. A fish can't live out of water for more than a few minutes. It's impossible for a fish to live out of water for more than a few minutes. Students have to budget their time carefully. Budget their time, manage their time, invest, budget their time carefully. It's necessary for students to budget their time carefully. A child usually can't sit still for a long time. It's difficult for a child to sit still for a long time. My family always eats turkey on Thanksgiving Day. It's traditional for my family to eat turkey on Thanksgiving Day. Excuse me for a second. People can take trips to the moon. will it be possible for people to take trips to the moon within the next 50 years? I usually can't understand Mr. Alvarez. It's hard for me to understand Mr. Alvarez. He talks too fast. The guests usually wait until the hostess begins to eat. At a formal dinner party, it's customary for the guests to wait until the hostess begins to eat. After she takes the first bite, the guests also start to eat. Okay, the bride usually feeds the groom the first piece of wedding cake. It's traditional for the bride to feed the groom the first piece of wedding cake. I can understand our teacher. It's easy for me to understand our teacher. Okay. Number 24. Gerunds as subjects. It plus infinitive. Create sentences by combining ideas from column A and column B. Use gerund subjects or it plus an infinitive. Example: riding a bicycle is easy, dangerous, fun, relaxing, or easy, dangerous, fun, relaxing to ride a bicycle. Okay, so ride a bicycle. Riding a bicycle is reading newspapers is sometimes it's boring. Okay? Reading newspapers is sometimes boring. Or maybe sometimes it's exciting. I don't know, maybe educational to read some newspapers, kinds of papers. Studying grammar. Studying grammar is boring. Or studying grammar is easy. Or is fun. Sometimes it's fun. Stealing cars is dangerous or against the law. Listening to a 2-hour speech is relaxing sometimes. It can be hard. Predicting the exact time of an earthquake is hard, difficult. Forgetting someone's name is embarrassing. Walking alone through a dark forest at night is dangerous, frightening. Going fishing with your friends is relaxing, fun. Knowing the meaning of every word in a dictionary is exciting. Okay? This is against the law. Okay. Let's be serious. It's impossible. Impossible. Almost. Okay. Being honest with yourself at all times is impossible. but maybe important. Changing a flat tire is important. Maybe easy, maybe hard. Visiting museums. Visiting museums is some people boring, some people it's educational, or even exciting. Logging on to the internet. To the internet is easy. Okay. And number 25. It plus 4, someone plus infinitive. Okay. Create sentences using it plus 4, someone. All right. For example, difficult. It's difficult for me to be on time for class. Difficult for me, for some people, to learn how to swim. Difficult for children to understand adults' behavior. So create sentences. So difficult, easy, fun, important, impossible, enjoyable, interesting, possible. Anyone, children, me, most people, some people, students. Spend time with friends. Predict the exact time of an earthquake. Change a flat tire. Be on time for class. Understand adults' behavior. Obey their parents. Observe animals in their wild habitat. Visit new places. Learn how to swim. Live on the planet Mars. Ну, давайте составим пару предложений. So, it's fun for children to observe animals in their wild habitat. Maybe. Okay. It's interesting for students to interesting. Maybe it's let's say it's important for students to be on time for class. Okay. Можете сами составить, потренироваться, составить предложение. Number 26. It plus 4, someone plus infinitive. Complete the sentences with your own words. Ну, здесь подставляем свои собственные слова. Easy. For someone to do something. It's traditional, it's impossible, It takes a length of time. Sensible. Что-то чувствительное. Sensible. For example, sensible for me to talk about stray animals, right? Stray animals. Бездомные животные, stray animals. Okay. Is it necessary? It's important. It's difficult. Okay. 27. It plus take plus infinitive. Use your own words to complete the sentences. It takes hours to. It takes 5 hours to fly from Los Angeles to Honolulu. What is it? Honolulu.
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 Okay. US city. Okay. City in the United States. All right. It takes 5 hours. It takes a lot of work. 4, 2. It takes a lot of work for most small businesses to succeed. Okay. It takes, получается, мы используем временем. Сколько-то время отнимает, занимает. It takes 5 hours. For example, занимает 5 часов. And work. Работа. It takes a lot of work. Нужно много работать. Например, маленьким бизнесом нужно много работать, чтобы как бы быть успешными, стать успешными. It takes time for. It takes a lot of money to. Money. То есть нужно много денег. It takes a lot of money. It takes minutes to. How long does it take to? Сколько времени нужно? How long does it take to? How long? Как долго? How long? Сколько времени? It will take years for to. И в будущем времени, то есть это уйдет, на это уйдет столько-то лет. It will take 5 years, 3 years, 10 years for someone to do something. Takes patience, courage, skill. Требует терпения тут. It takes patience, courage. Look it up. Courage. Courage. No. Храбрость. Bravery. Courage. Skill. Takes skill. Нужно какие-то умения. Skills. It takes hard work. Также нужно много работы. It takes hard work. It takes stamina and determination. Выносливость и какое-то to be determined. Быть уверенность. Determination. Takes stamina and determination. Okay, 13.9. Expressing purpose with in order to and for. Purpose, то есть какая-то цель, выражаемая как цель, with a, in order to, чтобы, for. Используем in order to and for. Why did you go to the post office? The post office. Why did you go to the post office? I went to the post office Because I wanted to mail a letter. Потому что я хотел отправить письмо. I went to the post office in order to mail a letter. I went to the post office to mail a letter. То есть самое все больше слов у нас уходит, когда мы говорим because и так далее. Поменьше in order to. Все меньше просто to. In order to express this purpose. Цель, да, с какой целью? What is the purpose? What was the purpose? It answers the question why. Отвечает на вопрос почему. It answers the question why. In order is frequently omitted. Часто мы как бы in order пропускаем. Omitted. Frequently omitted. And A, B, and C have the same meaning. Имеет то же значение. Okay? It all means the same. I went to the post office for some stamps. I went to the post office to buy some stamps. Я пошел на почту за марками. Я пошел на почту, чтобы купить марки. Incorrect. Неправильно. I went to the post office to buy some stamps. I went to the post office for buying some. Okay, for и to вместе не используем. For buying тоже надо. Gerund, герунди не используем. For is also used to express purpose, but it is a preposition and is followed by a noun phrase. Be. For is a preposition, for это предлог. И мы его используем for 28 in order to. Add in order to sentences whenever possible. I went to the bank to cash a check. I went to the bank in order to cash. I'd like to see that movie. No change. Infinitive does not express purpose. То есть, если где-то у нас цель есть какая-то, to можно перевести как чтобы. Мы можем подставить in order to. Order to. Здесь to не означает in order to. Doesn't express purpose. Sam went to the hospital to visit a friend. Sam went to the hospital in order to visit a friend. I need to go to the bank today. No change because to doesn't express a purpose. Just doesn't express purpose. I need to go to the bank today to deposit my paycheck. Okay, we can say I need to go to the bank today in order to deposit my paycheck. On my way home from school, I stopped at the drugstore to buy some shampoo. Okay, we can say on my way home from school, I stopped at the drugstore in order to buy some shampoo. Carmen looked in her dictionary to find the correct spelling of a word. Okay, we can say Carmen looked in her dictionary in order to find the correct spelling of a word. Okay, why? Why did she look her dictionary? You can ask a question. You can ask why did she do it? In order to find the correct spelling of a word. Masako went to the cafeteria to eat lunch. We can say Masako went to the cafeteria in order to eat lunch. Jack and Linda have decided to get married. Okay. No purpose here because we can't ask the question why and we can't answer question with this sentence. Okay. Pedro watches TV to improve his English. Why does he watch TV? He watches TV in order to improve his English. I didn't forget to pay my rent. Okay, no change here. Can't make any change here. Can't say in order pay my rent. Okay. Kim wrote to the university to ask for a catalog. Okay, we can say Kim wrote to the university in order to ask for a catalog. Sally touched my shoulder to get my attention. You can say Sally touched my shoulder in order to get my attention. Donna expects to graduate next spring. No changes. Jerry needs to go to the bookstore to buy a spiral notebook. Oh, okay, a spiral notebook. A spiral notebook. Let's see how it looks like. What and how what it looks like, right? What it looks like. What it looks like. Looks like this. The spiral notebook. Okay. Number 29, using in order to. Complete the sentences in column A by using the ideas in column B. Connect the ideas with in order to. I called the hotel desk. I called the hotel desk in order to ask for an extra pillow. Okay. I called the hotel desk. Okay. I turned on the radio. First, let's read column B. Keep their feet warm and dry. Reach the top shelf. Listen to a ball game. Find the population of Malaysia. Chase a stray dog away. Help her pay the rent. Get some fresh air and exercise. See the ancient pyramids. Look into my mouth. I turned on the radio in order to listen to a ball game. I looked on the internet. Looked on the internet in order to find the population of Malaysia. People wear boots in order to keep their feet warm and dry. Andy went to Egypt in order to see the ancient pyramids. Miss Lane stood on tiptoes. Lane stood on tiptoes in order to reach the top shelf. Andy, okay. The dentist moved the light closer to my face in order to, or just to look into my mouth. I clapped my hands and yelled to chase a stray dog away. Maria took a walk in the park in order to get some fresh air and exercise. I offered my cousin some money to help her pay the rent. Okay. Number 30, expressing purpose with to and for. Complete the sentences by using to or for. I went to Chicago for a visit. I went to Chicago to visit my aunt and uncle. Формы используются to с глаголом. I take long walks. Take long walks to relax. I take long walks for relaxation. I'm going to school for a good education. I'm going to school to get a good education. Okay, I'm going to school for a good education. I'm going to school to get a good education. I'm not going to school just to have fun. I'm not going to school just for fun. Okay. I turned on the radio to listen to the news. I listened to the radio for news about the earthquake in Peru. I sent a card to Carol to wish her a happy birthday. 2 police officers came to my apartment to ask me about my cousin. Mr. Wang works in his garden for the pure pleasure of it. I looked in the encyclopedia for information about Ecuador. My 3 brothers, 2 sisters, and parents all came to town to attend my graduation. Okay. Number 31, exercise 31, expressing purpose with 2 and 4. Answer why question in your own words. Show purpose by using an infinitive phrase or a for phrase. Work in pairs or as a class. Example, yesterday you turned on the TV. Why? Yesterday I turned on the TV to listen to the news for the latest news about the earthquake, etc. You went to the supermarket. Why? You need to go to the bookstore. Why? You went to the post office. Why? You went to the health clinic. Why? You reached into your pocket, purse. Залез в свой карман, в сумочку, reached into. You reached into your pocket, purse. Why? You came to this school. Why? You borrowed some money from someone. Why? You stopped at the service station. Why? You play soccer, tennis, etc. Why? You had to go out last night. Why? Okay. Эти вопросы можете сами ответить и написать ответы в комментариях. So, and let's stop here. Остановимся здесь и еще делаем пару заданий. Let's talk about history. Find nouns in the word square that match meanings 1 to 10. Word square, in the word square. It's a word square. Okay. For example, revolution. Revolution is a complete change either in the way people think or in a country's political system. 2 words. The time when an important change begins to happen. 2 words. Maybe a turning point, right? Turning point. Turning point, как бы поворотный момент. Turning point. И здесь можно найти и обвести. Look and circle. The time when an important, an event that changes a situation or the process of growing or changing. And that changes a situation. An event that changes a situation. What could it be? Progress, movement, changes, revolution. Okay, an event that changes. situation. Process of growing or changing. Process of growing or changing. So it must be maybe advance. It's an advance or development. Event, okay, that changes the situation. Okay, 4. When something increases and affects more people. Must be spread. Okay, spread. When something, any change, discovery, or invention that makes the world better. Advance. Change, discovery, or invention that makes the world better. Advance. A group of people that works to achieve an aim. Group of people and a group of people that works to achieve an aim. It's a movement. Must be a movement. A machine, tool, system, etc. made for the first time. An invention. Изобретение. The basic idea or principle behind something. Основная какая-то идея, принцип. Behind something. Вот там. An idea, the basic idea or principle behind something. Okay. Foundation, right? The foundation. Okay. Something that someone learns about when it was not known before. Something that someone learns about when it was not known before. The discovery, right? And number 10, change that improves something. Изменение, которое что-то. Change that improves something. I think it's development. Improves, develops. No. Progress, right? That improves something. Progress. And 2, 3, it's development. Okay. B, underline the correct alternative. History books say Alexander Fleming was responsible for the foundation or discovery of penicillin. Okay, so Alexander Fleming was responsible for the discovery. Он ответственен за открытие, discovery. The internet has helped the turning point or spread of their ideas. The internet has helped the spread of their ideas. Распространение идей. Spread of ideas. After finishing the research, we'll begin work on the development or advance of the product. After finishing the research, we'll begin work on the development of the project. The development of the project. Advance. Advance как глагол продвигаться. To advance. Advance. Noun, as a noun, means progress or a development in a particular activity or area of understanding. We live in an age of rapid technological advance. Мы живем во время быстрого технологического развития, прогресса. Okay, advance. Advance. Как глагол продвигать, продвижение. Advance. Прогресс. A forward movement. Okay, advance in something. Recent advances in technology have made the procedure safe. Recent advances in medical science. Какие-то продвижения. Major advances in the field of physics. Okay, advance on something. An advance on the existing techniques. Advance towards something. An advance towards a better understanding of God. Okay, advance. То есть advance это больше связано с какими-то областями. Если продукты, то есть development. Development of the product. James is making a lot of progress or discovery in all his school subjects. And James is making a lot of progress or progress. In American English, it's progress. Progress in all his school subjects. There have been amazing advances or spreads in technology in the last few years. And there have been amazing advances in technology in the last few years. И продвижение в технологиях, область, area, an area. Advances in technology. She was a member of the early feminist progress or movement. She was a member of the early feminist movement. Only a foundation revolution will destroy this government. Only a revolution will destroy this government. 8. I think the wheel is the greatest invention or movement in history. I think the wheel is the greatest invention in history. То есть изобретение. Invent, invention, invent. Изобретать, invention, изобретение. Invention. Okay. Grammar. Third conditional. Number 2. Circle the correct option to complete the sentences. They would have said something if we the rules. They would have. They would have said something if we the rules. Third conditional. Мы используем the third conditional. Третье. Вид как бы условных предложений. Когда что-то было в прошлом. Было бы в прошлом. И в главном предложении у нас would, have и третья форма. Would have and the third form. Would have said. If we had and the third form. Had broken. If we had broken the rules. То есть они бы что-то сказали, если бы мы нарушили правила. The rules. If you, I would have said hello. Okay. If I had.
Battery, please charge.
Okay. So if I'd seen, I had seen, I'd seen. If I'd seen you, I would have said no. If if the ambulance hadn't come, would died, would have died, would have been died. Okay. He would have died. Would have been died. Здесь нельзя, потому что здесь как бы passive, но passive тут у нас никак не получится. Would died тоже would из третьей формы сразу не сочетается. Would have died. He would have died if the ambulance hadn't come. If I'd known a ticket cost. If I'd known a ticket cost 100 euros, I wouldn't have come. I would have come. I not would have come. Okay. I would have came. Not correct. I wouldn't have come. It's a formal come, came, come. She would have arrived at the airport on the wrong day if I, her. Haven't phoned, hadn't phoned, wouldn't phone. If I hadn't phoned her, she wouldn't have arrived at the airport on the wrong day if I hadn't phoned her. If the government hadn't lent the company £1 million, it had closed, would close, would have closed. Okay. If the government hadn't lent the company £1 million, it would have closed. Would have closed. 7. They would have had a picnic if it would have had a picnic. They would have had a picnic if it hadn't rained, had rained not, had been rained. Okay. Hadn't rained. They would have had a picnic if it hadn't rained. And 8, if he hadn't had such a great coach, John wouldn't a great was player. Have become, to become, had become. If he hadn't had such a great coach, John wouldn't have become a great squash player. После wouldn't, would not. Используем просто have и третью форму. Had используем там, где if. If he hadn't had such a great. В главном предложении используем имя on. Там, где if, cause. Условном, да, условной части, придаточной части мы используем местоимение. И if you hadn't. В русском языке у нас в начале имя идет, а дальше уже местоимение. Okay, let's stop here. See you in the next stream. Goodbye.